record-breaking new numbers on the coronavirus that take this crisis into uncharted territory. Yesterday, the U.S. added more than 150,000 daily cases for the first time. According to the COVID tracking project, 1 in every 378 Americans tested positive for the virus in the past week.
And in the past month, the number of people hospitalized with the virus in the U.S. has nearly doubled. Doctors and nurses are reporting shortages of essential protective equipment. Some hospitals are also running out of beds and staff to treat COVID patients. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, is at a testing site in suburban Chicago as state and local leaders there consider new restrictions. David, good morning to you. Simple question, is Chicago headed for a new lockdown?
Well, look, we don't know that just yet. The mayor has declared a stay-at-home advisory for now, Tony. It doesn't have a lot of teeth to it in terms of enforcement, though the governor of Illinois is saying, I may come back at you very soon with a stay-at-home order. Here at the testing site, they've already lined up. They're going to open at 7 a.m. They've been closing early because they're running out of tests. And a lot of labs around this country are telling testing sites, hey, listen, don't go over what we agreed to because we're going to start getting backed up and we may have delays in testing like we had earlier on in the pandemic. I mentioned the governor of Illinois. It's really the governors that are stepping up to the plate right now, especially here in the Midwest. A lot of them are saying, when I come back to you, you're not going to like what I have to say. With cases and hospitalizations rising, Chicago is telling its residents to stay inside.
Do not have guests over. Avoid unnecessary travel and cancel your traditional Thanksgiving plans.
Dr. Benjamin Singer at Northwestern Memorial Hospital says the number of COVID hospitalizations in Chicago is fast approaching levels they haven't seen since the worst days back in April.
The pandemic is real, it's deadly, and we need strong cooperation within our communities.
Chicago, the nation's third largest city, is among the first to announce a stay-at-home advisory, and it probably won't be the last. In states across America, governors from both parties are sounding the alarm, given the silence from the White House. Listen to what they're saying.
The curve that we had flattened, right now, this curve is a straight line, and it is straight up.
We can't keep expecting the hospitals to meet the demand.
We're running out of time, and we're running out of options.
Limit your social gatherings to just those of your immediate household.
To the west now. California is the second state to record more than 1 million coronavirus cases. In Utah, all of that state's staffed ICU beds are now full. So the governor has called nearly 200 traveling nurses. And in North Dakota, they have just 9 ICU beds left statewide. 1 in every 83 residents tested positive this week. The system is so strained that the state's Republican governor issued an order clearing nurses who are infected with the virus to continue working with COVID patients as long as those nurses are asymptomatic. But the Nurses Association says they're asking the governor to implement a mask mandate first, but he just won't do it.
And the numbers are just much, much worse than we've ever seen before.
That's Dr. Ashish Shah, dean at Brown University's School of Public Health. He says with vaccines on the horizon, there is an end to this pandemic, and it's in sight. But the worst is far from over for us.
I understand the fatigue, but people really do have to pull it together. We're not talking about forever. We're just saying for the next couple of months. Those are the critical months.
We hear you, Doctor, loud and clear. You know, he told us at the end of that interview that California and New York, for the most part, are keeping things under control, and he pointed to them as models for other states to follow as we continue on in this pandemic. Gayle?
David, thank you.